So, another dating story. For years, when guys would ask me out, they wouldn't use the word date. They still don't. I think I've been on all of maybe 2 dates in my entire life. They say hang out, meet up, get together, hook up. And of course, that implies sex, and of course, they don't get it. Like, I don't owe you sex because you bought me dinner. Like, what is that? I really should check the lipstick on my teeth before I start talking, but whatever, I'm impulsive. So recently I've started and they would never want to plan it. They'd be like, "Well, where do you want to meet?" And I'm like, "You plan it. You tell me. Like, plan an actual date." Very few guys have done this in my life. So recently I've been making the guys plan it. I'm like, "You tell me when and where we're going to meet. I will be there." "Well, don't you just want to come over to my house?" "No, I don't know you." "Okay, like, after I know you, then yeah, that's fine. But right now I don't know you, so tell me when and where in public we're going to meet." So one guy decides on Chili's at 8. And I get there kind of early because I try to be punctual. And at this point, I'm in the wheelchair already at this point. Um, Before the wheelchair, I was still the, I guess, you know, whatever you want to do. And then I would eventually end up planning it. And I tried to be low maintenance, and so I would be like, "Well, I guess we could just like go to a park or something," because I didn't want to have to make him spend money on me. But now I'm like, he can spend money on me and not get laid. You don't, I don't owe you sex. There's nothing in this world that makes me owe you sex. Not even marriage. I mean, obviously, if I'm going to marry you, I should hope that I would want to have sex with you often. But again, it's not an obligation. Should be a desire. Anyway, so I get to Chili's about 7:45, and I text him. And I'm like, "I'm here a little bit early, but, it doesn't look too crowded." And then about 10 minutes later, this family of 15 comes in, and they're told that they have a 15-minute late wait. And they're like, 15-minute wait? That's ridiculous. Dude, you're a group of 15. You're going to have a wait, you dumbasses. So I texted him that because I thought it was funny. And he still hasn't responded. And he responds at about 8:15. And he's like, "I'm just getting off work. It'll be about another hour." And I was like, "No, I'm not waiting around an hour. I'm here at the time you specified. No." And he was like, "Okay, well, can we plan for another night?" Well, a few years back, I would have said yes. Because, go along to get along. But now I'm like, no, I don't want to meet you. But I'm already at Chili's, and it's really hard for me to, get around. And so I'm like, well, shoot, what am I going to do? Am I just seeing things? Because I look okay. So I go up, I find a wheelchair accessible table. I befriended a man while I was waiting, but his family was up a couple stairs, so no. So I go find a wheelchair accessible table of these two ladies, and I'm like, "Hey, I got stood up. Can I eat with you guys?" And one of them was so pissed off at me for like interrupting their friend date. And yeah, I'm sorry, but whatever. I got stood up. And the other one was like, "Yeah, sure, come join us." And the one that was all pissed off was like, "I need to find a stripper for Saturday, and it's already Thursday. It's so hard to find a stripper that's not too expensive, that, isn't going to have to come in from Vegas." And I'm like, "Well, I happen to know a stripper." So I text him, and I'm like, "Hey, you got anything going on Saturday? Can you do a gig?" And he's like, "Okay, now the stripper that I know, we're not, like, good friends. In fact, we're only Facebook friends, so I don't know him. Although, to be honest, I wish I did. His pictures are pretty amazing." But he Facebook texts me back, messages me back, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm busy Saturday, But, I've got a friend. So what's the contact information? And I see the lady playing around on Facebook, and I'm like, well, let's add me on Facebook, and you know you can contact this guy. And she's like, oh, I don't do Facebook. Really? Bullshit. Whatever. And then her friend was like, well, I do, so let's, I'll add you, and I can tell her about your friend. So yeah, maybe I crashed her little party of two, but I found her a stripper on a few days' notice. And do you know how hard it is to find a male stripper in Utah for not $200 or $300? Come on, man. So, yeah, be all pissed at the woman who found you a stripper. Tisk tisk.